It's not Gude, it's not Gode, it's not Gode, it's Gode Phillip. Do you understand? Watagwan pan, watagwan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. So by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about Yewande versus Lucie. If you're new to my channel and you do not know who I am, my name is Gode Phillip, or Gode for short. For those of you that are not in the UK, are abroad, all my international subscribers, Yewande and Lucie are both ex-members of Love Island. Love Island is a dating show that is filmed in South Africa and aired in the UK. It was brought to social media's attention that Lucie had responded to somebody's comment, and the comment reads, "How do you feel about Yewande saying you're a horrible person?" That comment is in relation to a YouTube video that she featured in with another ex-cast member of Love Island that dated Lucie. She basically said that his ex was a horrible person and that he didn't really like her. And obviously, if you had watched the show and if you saw the aftermath of the show, then you would know that his ex was indeed Lucie. This comment only got 3 likes. To be honest, you could have deleted the comment and kept it moving, but I guess Yewande's comment was made on a public platform, so I guess she felt the need to respond. Lucie responds and says, "She's always bullied me. I'm not bothered by her opinion, makes her look bad. Not sure where she said that though." Then the person responds and says, "Living in their head rent free, keep winning," responds with a love heart. I don't know why, yeah, but some of their engagements are crazy. Like, looking at the time gap between these comments, it's like, bro, you're really sitting down replying to a random account, like, and you're responding back within minutes of the comment being posted. Like, so you're refreshing the page, waiting for the comment to come up. It's just a bit bizarre to me. Yewande has caught wind of this comment and she's responded by saying, "You refused to call me by my name because it was too hard to pronounce. Now you want to say I bullied you." Bullied with an angry face. Guys, once that comment was made, it was like, it just set the tone for what was to come. So I'm just going to read out everything and then I'm going to give my analysis on this whole situation. Amber then responds and says, "Nah, when she said, 'Can I call you Y?' I said, LOL, no, you can't. Can I just call you her? You were peaceful in that exchange. It was me with the vim." Now, I don't understand how these type of conversations are allowed, or how these type of conversations are not brought up to producers so that people can be held accountable. Because I'm not being funny, I know that these type of TV shows are like predominantly white production and stuff like that, but bro, there's no way that I would have let this conversation slide and we would still be working together on the TV platform and it's not addressed. Are you sick in your head? Another cast member responds by saying, "My final thought of the evening, this beautiful, respectful queen has sat on this for almost 2 years. We haven't spoken about it publicly because it was Yewande's story to tell. I remember dates, times, locations of every conversation in that villa. There's so much you don't see." Amber then continues on to say, "By the way, asking someone you don't know well, who has an ethnic name, if you can call them a nickname, is not a term of endearment. It's a microaggression and you don't have the right to say there is no malice, sinister intent. You just don't do it. I thought that was just common sense." Then a fan responds by saying, "She's not letting it go." And Amber responds by saying, "Nah, I will let it go as it's boring, but you can't comment saying I was doing it to use it as a term of endearment in no sinister intent. You need to learn it's actually not okay. Just apologize and move on." One thing I do want to say, yeah, is that one thing I love is that these people that have hundreds of thousands of followers are actually talking their mind. Because I feel like a lot of the time, I feel like a couple years ago, people would be so weird to have like a back and forth or some kind of exchange on social media. And yes, there are some people that like, yeah, they bang it out. Like, they like to address everything. They like to confront everyone. And obviously that is a bit distasteful and it does look like there's a pattern. However, in situations like this, I love the fact that even though they have a brand to uphold, even though they don't want to look problematic, even though they don't want to seem controversial, they are actually speaking up for themselves. And with this whole situation, I feel like, fam, if my name was ABCDEFG, you're gonna say ABCDEFG. You're not gonna say A, you're not gonna say AB. It's just not gonna happen. This happens a lot of the time with black people, period. There are European people with very interesting names that white people will not hesitate. You will call them by their name. So it shouldn't change with a black person. Yewande then goes on to write a statement, like just to lengthily explain as to why she stands in "you're gonna call me Yewande." Do you understand? And the statement reads, "I think one of my earliest memories of racialized renaming was when I was exploring different secondary schools. One of the schools I was interested in, by the way I didn't end up going, asked me for my full name, which is Yewande Elizabeth Bayala. After having difficulties pronouncing my name, she went forward and asked if we could just put it down as Elizabeth Bayala, as it would be easier for everyone. In that moment, all I heard was that I didn't matter and I was an inconvenience. From that day, I made it my mission to make sure people knew my name was important. After all, that is my identity. Names are prominent identifiers that can often tell the story of one's ethnicity and cultural background. My name means mother coming back, and I love it. There is a tendency for white European names and whiteness in general to be perceived as normative, whereas racial minorities with names of religious and ethnic origins may be seen as an inconvenience. Examples of name-based microaggressions include giving unwanted nickname. And that is so, like, dehumanizing. What do you mean nickname? Like, it's just dehumanizing. I don't care. Like, as I become older and developed my multicultural competence, I decided to stop trying to make others comfortable at my own expense. Same, sis. I feel you with this on so many aspects of my life. It's important to recognize that asking for a nickname can feel invalidating. It makes me feel like an inconvenience. Also, ascribing a nickname to a person of participating in racialized renaming can be distressing. You as an oppressor have stripped me of my identity. You've taken my power in choosing how I want to be addressed. I corrected her multiple times. I didn't mind because you are going to get it right. There was a moment just before a challenge. This was after 3 weeks in. She mispronounced my name. I correct her again and her reply was, yeah, whatever, you know what I mean. Like, what? Like, what? And even if I then in that moment decide to get aggressive or lippy with you, like, don't be calling me a bully because you're being disrespectful. Like, what do you mean, yeah, whatever? Like, bro, that's my name. And another thing is, if you hear something, if you can hear me say it, like if I'm saying it to you, you're telling me you can't repeat it exactly the same way. Like, sometimes I feel like some of you people do this on purpose. This was after 3 weeks in. She mispronounced my name. I corrected her. She said, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. I remember one of the producers putting her arms around me. Being black on TV means not raising your voice, not being too defensive, because you don't want to create a narrative of being an angry black woman and being a bully. I am not a bully. It's such a huge accusation and one that should be handled very seriously. And lastly, I want everyone to be aware of racialized renaming and name-based teasing. I think we should all be working towards being better advocates and creating a different dynamic around these narratives. Now, after this tweet, Yewande is #1 trending. Everyone's given their experience on when somebody has mispronounced their name or when somebody has tried to challenge them about saying their name correctly. And one thing that irritates me, it just irritates me, this whole angry black woman thing. And it's like, when I'm not gonna lie, when I watch Love Island, yeah, I know I'm just going to see that one token black girl. Like, I'm fully black, I'm only going to see that one token black girl. If there's two, they're gonna pit them two against each other. And when they're on the show, they're always seen as aggressive. They're always, a storyline is always put out or put forth where the attitude side is is at the forefront of their storyline. And then when somebody wants to challenge you, like, you're automatically, oh, you're so aggressive, you're being rude to me, you're bullying me. Like, and these words are very strong words to be using. Like, and it pisses me off. Lucie not wanting to pronounce Yewande's name correctly feels very racist. To shrug it off and say, yeah, whatever, man, you know what I mean, after you have been corrected multiple times, we will call you Lucille going forward. Not the shade, child. Another one, underneath it, it says, most of us with ethnic names have had our names butchered. And you know, it's cool if you get it wrong once or twice, but if you've been constantly corrected and you refuse to take it in, not only is that lazy, but you think not recognizing someone else's heritage isn't important. And that's another thing. This makes Lucie's image come across like she's very uppity and all about herself, because it's like, who the hell do you think you are out of every person on this cast to not get this person's name right? Like, are you alright? Like, what? Another tweet here which references the actress, and I think she starred in Orange is the New Black. And the article reads, my family is from Nigeria and my full name is Ozu Amaka, which means the road is good. Quick lesson, my tribe is Igbo, and you name your kid something that tells you history and hopefully predicts your future. So anyway, in grade school, because my last name started with an A, I was the first in the roll call and nobody ever knew how to pronounce it. So I went home and asked my mother if I could be called Zoe. I remember she was cooking and in her Nigerian accent she said, why? I said, nobody can pronounce it. Without missing a beat, she said, if they can pronounce I don't know what that says, and Michael D'Angelo and another Chavasky name, they can learn to say Ozu Amaka. And the funny thing is, is that Nigerian names are not even difficult to pronounce. If you don't have an English name and you have more than one syllable and you're a black person, your name is automatically difficult to pronounce. Like, bro, like, you people actually make me sick. So obviously this is basically like started a conversation on Twitter, and I love the fact that we are actually talking about this. As much as it's based off an unfortunate event, it's just like, bro, don't be out here calling people bully when you got stuck it on because you wasn't correcting somebody's name properly. Do you get what I mean? You didn't make that person feel like they were even human or relevant. Do you understand? And obviously with her, so many things could have been going through Yewande's head while she was on that holiday, while she was on that TV show. So it's like, you coming with this as well. Love Island is all about showing who you are while getting to know other people. And my girl's coming on here talking about, oh, you know what I mean? Learn my blood clot name. Learn my blood clot name. Are you fucking dumb? In the midst of all this that's going on, Maura Higgins sends Laura some flowers. Sis, stay in your own business. Stay in your own business. When you was on the show, you did a madness and no one had anything bad to say about you. But when Yewande wanted to confront Danny about his behavior, she was aggressive and she was a bully and she was rude. So why the hell is Murad sending Lucie flowers for support after she came outside and accused Yewande of bullying and then got exposed for microaggressive racism, and you're sending Lucie support? What a clown. Somebody quote tweeted and said, let's not forget when Greg entered the villa at the end of the season and Maura said she was gassed, there was finally another Irish person, when Yewande was there from the beginning and not a black person coming after Sharif had left. Now, another tweet here says, so many black women can relate to Yewande right now when it comes to people trying to police our identity and blackness. Then the moment you correct them, distance yourself from them and protect your well-being, you're called a bully, angry, antisocial and not tolerating. Even on the show, Lucie came across like someone who is often pandered to, someone who generally dislikes other women and someone who enjoys playing the victim. I've met a few Lucies in my life and their mission is to make other people feel bad. A gentleman wrote a tweet and it says, "My name Oyadele," I think that's how you pronounce it, "was butchered throughout primary and secondary school, boy. What do you know about here before the supply teacher even attempts to say your name?" Now, guys, my black people, my black subscribers, I know that majority of my audience is black, and I really want to ask you guys, do you have a difficult name or even a surname and people will be like, whoa, what's that, or make fun of it or dehumanize you in some way? It happens subconsciously as well. Sometimes us black people even give ourselves nicknames just to avoid the conversation of how do you pronounce your name, but it's like, bro, I feel like in this particular occasion, it's like Yewande has a brand. Her name is her brand, so it's like you have to get that motherfucker right. Do you get what I mean? It doesn't even matter if you have a social media presence, bro. When you go to a job interview, when you go into a new environment, even if you're writing your name down on an invoice, like, it doesn't matter what it is, like, they have to say your name correctly. And it's even like with Phillip. I say to people all the time, it's not Gude, it's not Gode, it's not Gode, it's Phillip. Do you understand? Like, it might not be a name, but babes, get it fucking right, because it's my brand. But guys, I want you guys to comment down below if you've experienced this and what your opinion on this whole situation is. That was all for this mix up, guys. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to the ting, and thank you for the love every blood clot time. As I always say, don't blood clot mix me. Watagwan pa, watagwan.